Well, good day, I would rather say, right? Not good afternoon, perhaps. Back at work, I've been ill for a few days, but now I am back at the helm, back at my computer at the office, still isolating from people, but um, you know, doing what I have to do. Um, and today, I will be doing a few things, hopefully. Hopefully I will be diving into Ethereum and then testing my Solidity smart contracts, and I'm totally new to this. Um if but I know that we will also have a session, a support session with some of the people that are studying with Craft Academy. They've been working on some basic React apps and trying to access some um, APIs. Uh, so let me see if we can get this up and running. Yeah, and we gave them a little bit of an extra challenge, and they did a fantastic effort on doing that. But they did run into some issues, which means that I would have to help them out a little bit, uh, help them out and make sure that they are on the right track. Um, right, so I will just start my virtual cam here, and I will post uh, my link to a Google Meet uh, for Lucas. Perhaps Lucas can join me. Uh, let's see. Let me just say streaming, streaming, streaming. Right, I think that's enough. We just say streaming. Right. Yes, and hopefully we can set up a live share session on Google on VS Code and see if we can get that thing off the ground. So we are right. Hopefully the edit stream info is correct. Testing smart contracts. Let's see. Right. Yes. So let's see if we can get this thing started. Right. And I will also get this sent out to the March channel online now. But we will not send this off yet. I need to talk to Lucas first. Let's see if Lucas is with us. Right. So I don't think your audio is coming across to the stream yet, but we'll see if we can fix that. What is it? Sound, right? Right. Sound. If you keep on talking a little bit. Oh, you don't hear me? I can hear you, but I don't think that our viewers can hear you yet, which is a bit interesting. Let's see if we can get that out now. Go on and talk. You no. Let's see. I think I need to do a little bit of tweaking here. Right. Hold on a second. Output device. Go on and talk. Oh, that's not it. No. I don't. Oh gosh, that's so weird. Yeah, I know. That's really weird, to be honest. Not at all what I was hoping for. No, it is indeed. Let's see if we can. Also, we're outputting this to the multi-output device, of course, right? And then here in sound. So for those of you who wonder what the fuck I'm doing, it's because I right, if I try this instead, could you keep on talking? No. That's so weird. Yeah. Yeah. Let me be heard. Yes, I know. Why is this happening? What could I have done wrong here? What if I da 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 da. Right. Huh? Let's see. Display port. Master output. Master stream. Display port 2. I wouldn't want to mute that. I want to. Right, the black hole inch. I can't remember what I did with that. Display port. Really, that's so weird. That's so weird. Oh, I hate when this shit happens. What I'm gonna do instead is to set up. You know what? You can probably hang this up, and we're gonna create. I'm gonna create a live share instead, okay? With an audio. So we're gonna work on that instead. No, but oh no! Oh God, I am so stupid sometimes. Hold on a second. Yeah, of course I got it.
Yeah.
Yeah, and you know what it was? I was looking for setup for, see, I have you on my PC rather than on my Mac because I'm at work,
Right.
and I was
Right.
looking for the Mac sound, and that's really not what it's supposed to be. But
Good.
you can't win them all, can you? You can.
Well, in the end.
Yeah. You win some, you lose some, and apparently I'm losing at this point. Right, before we get started with anything else, I want you to you see my screen and everything on both hands, right? You can see it on the Meet, and you can see it on Twitch as well. Okay. Now, so what I've been diving into, is testing smart contracts.
Right.
Yeah. And
damn,
so
okay.
I went through this thing that was called the Complete Guide to Full Stack Ethereum Development. I told you about this the other day, right?
Yeah.
And I also told you, I think I told you that Nader, the author of this, did a fantastic job, but he made me a promise in this text that there will be testing involved. And unfortunately, there wasn't much testing involved. There was a scaffolded test that was being created for me, but there was no mention of running the test or anything like that in this text. And that was, I was like, working my way through this walkthrough or through this workshop or tutorial or whatever you want to call this. And then at the end, it was like, what the fuck? There was no tests. He didn't mention testing. So I was a bit set, taken aback by this.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So that was showcased that in the beginning. Yeah.
Yeah, that was a bit disappointing. But I guess you could say that there were manual tests, right? So whatever.
Okay.
But there was an automated test set up for me, and if I just exit this, I figured out a way to actually run those tests. And so
That's not bad.
This is the test itself, kind of. And I've been tweaking around this. So parts of this is auto-generated for me when I created this project, but parts are not. And I can now, in principle, go to my terminal, and I added, so I can do npx hard hat. Hard hat is what is hard hat? Hard hat is a development environment for Ethereum. How do you pronounce that?
Ethereum.
Ethereum. Okay, Ethereum. Yeah, I want to sound cool, right? See, I don't know what the f I'm doing here, but you know, everybody's talking about those distributed apps, so I reckon,
yeah,
why not, you know, get into this, right? We all have to, yeah.
I feel like if you could come out and say, hey, I know how to, you know, automate your test for your smart contracts, it's like, okay, take my money, you know, get at it.
Exactly. Yeah, because apparently, I mean, people are thinking about it, but because there are testing frameworks and all of that,
yeah.
but you know, I haven't seen many people actually do it. But anyway, Hard Hat seems cool in terms of what we're doing, and apparently Hard Hat is an alternative to another development environment that I already forgot the name for too. It's called V something 3 something. Anyway, but Hard Hat comes with a wrapper around. So it's called Web3.js or something, right? Well, we're using Ethers JS. So let's see what Ethers JS is, right? Ethers JS. Right. So Ethers JS is a library that aims to be a complete and compact library from interacting with the Ethereum blockchain. And it's Ethereum. Ethereum? Yeah, exactly. It was originally designed for use with Ethers IO and has since expanded to more. Right. So we're using Hard Hat and we're using Ethers JS, right? And the thing with Hard Hat is that it comes with a wrapper for around Mocha and Chai, with a set of their own. Well, actually, it comes with a wrapper around Waffle, and Waffle is a testing library for smart contracts, right? That in turn, and Waffle uses Mocha and Chai, right? So you know, you have a list of dependencies that is fairly extensive here, right?
And a hierarchy there, yeah.
Yeah. So and that makes it a little complicated, but it also makes it a little easier, right? Because Waffle documentation is for Waffle. Now there's a wrapper that is called Hard Hat Waffle, and that comes with a lot of helpers, and so that makes it a little more complicated for me when I want to, you know, figure stuff out. For instance, if we take a look at here, you know, you want a provider to be mocked out and all of this stuff, right? And you want to get some wallets in order to test things and so on, right? And unfortunately for me, if when I use Hard Hat, that is not gonna work. Let's see, testing contracts, right? Here we are, right? So we can write some tests, and we can get the balances if we test, you know, various parts of the contract and yada yada, right? But let's see. I'm just getting into this. It comes with a set of matchers. Let's see. Writing automated, but that configuration Hard Hat. The fuck? Right. Let's see. Writing tests. Signers documentation. shit. I had a different. Oh fuck. Let's see. Let's just kill this one, kill this one, kill this one, and let's. So shit. So npm js.org, because there is a package that is called hard hat waffle. I think hard hat waffle.
Security holding package.
Oh well, that wasn't what I wanted. This is perhaps the one. Right, it's a hard hat plugin for integration with Waffle, right? So here we get out of the box we get some extensions, right? Like the provider and so on. Right. So so instead of once installed, you can build your test like Waffle, almost like in Waffle. But that's the thing here, almost like, which is complicated things a little bit for me. You understand?
Almost like it. Well, how do you do in Waffle then?
Okay. Exactly. First of all, I don't know how to do it in Waffle. Second of all, I don't know how to do it in Hard Hat Waffle. But then, so for example, instead of doing instead of doing this, you should do this, which you don't really understand why. You don't have to call chai use. Note that by default, Hard Hat saves its compilation output into artifacts instead of build. Anyway, what I ended up doing is, like, if we run npx hard hat, npx hard hat test, right? That's the command to actually run the tests.
Right. Okay.
Exit on. All right. So you can't do exit. Really? So that's weird. But okay, let's. I thought they were using Mocha, so. Right.
Try at least, right?
So I have some passing tests and some missing. Get contract. Ethers get contract is not a function. Where is that? Ethers get contract. But is this test? Oh yeah. That's the other test. So let's just comment all of this. So. Oh fuck. There we go. Right. So let's try that. Yeah. So so basically what we're doing, we have a smart contract that is called greeter, and you can greet and change greetings and all of that stuff. It's the equivalent of hello world, I guess, right? So what I also did, and that I'm particularly proud of, is that I set up a configuration in my launch JSON to actually run those tests inside of VS Code, and that I'm actually proud of, right? So so this allows me now to actually debug those tests.
Cool.
Which means that I can now set a debugger here, for instance here, and I can run this in my VS Code. Let me make this bigger. Well, apparently we had there we are now, right? So we set a breakpoint here in this thing, right? So now we can take a closer look at what is a greeter, for instance, right? So we can say greeter, and greeter is the contract itself, right? So now we can check greeter.greet, and that should be, whoops. Well, we can't get that. Oh, we can't get it here because it's an asynchronous method. So how do I do UI? I can do it like let's see, sync, and then a function, and then greet dot greet, not greeter dot greet, but await. Sorry, await. So running these things in console is always a bit of a hassle, and then I have to call on this, so I need to those empty parentheses here, and that didn't work. Why not? Do I need to say console log, or why wouldn't this work? It's still pending. Sync await, so console log. That should work. Great.
You have to dot call it.
Oh god. Anyway, never mind. Let's just step forward here. And where are we now? We're on this one. Olamun. So because it did set greeting. Right. Anyway, I really don't know how to run asynchronous things, but I can debug, right? At least I can debug here.
Yeah.
So that's not a bad thing.
Absolutely not.
Right.
This is interesting, though. It's hard for me to follow. It's a lot of new stuff.
Oh yes, well, it's a lot of new stuff for me.
Like, what's the point of smart contracts and stuff?
But that's a different question. I never figured that one out yet.
No.
Not quite there yet. Not quite there yet.
No.
Well, so that's a big discussion. What is the point? If anybody has good ideas about what we could use those smart contracts for, then please let me know, because I prefer to code, and understand why I'm doing things. I think this is the main point of everything I do in coding, but also in teaching and or coaching people, is that always know why. Otherwise, it's totally not interesting, right? At this stage, I think I'm breaking my own principles in actually coding something that has no real bearing on anything. Anyway, what I wanted to get into is to make sure or start to use those helper methods that were available to me by this Hardhat waffle package, right? So now I'm here in this it block that I'm selecting at this point, right at the moment. I'm grabbing by using destruct two wallets, because as soon as the test is being initiated, we are getting we're getting a set of wallets for in test environment. They are preloaded with some ethers or whatever it's called. And we in this case, just for the sake of it, I want to deploy a contract, the greeter contract, and I want this sender, which is like one wallet, one kind of user, if we want to call it, to be the one who sends it off, right? Or I don't know, changes it or something, right?
Yeah.
So if we now let's put it here and let's run this, and are we still doing this? Are we still there? Right. So here we are now. We stopped the debugger here. And this is really useful for me to be able to debug stuff, right? It's really, really good. So let's see. Let's have a look at what could, let's have a look at the sender first, right? So sender is a wallet, and it gives me a lot of stuff like that I do not understand, but I do understand this address, right? But I would also be able to figure out how can I access how many Ethers it has, or like if it's loaded with some money,
Right.
basically,
Yeah.
right? That would be interesting. I do not know that. And then we have the sender, which is also no, I'm sorry, the receiver. The receiver is also a wallet. It's the same thing, right?
Right. Okay.
But it's not the same wallet. I mean, it's a wallet, but not the same one.
Of course.
Which is good. Now we have a sender and receiver. I could call them whatever, but I call them that, right? And then we have so we have the original greeter that is being set up here in the before each block, right? So we can take a look at that one. I'm not using that one in this particular test. But if we take a look at greeter, that's a contract. And you can see a lot of things here, right? And you see a signer, right?
Right, sign with that. Okay.
And signer is this guy, like with B or B92266, right?
So many IDs, right?
Yeah. And so if we would now just get all the wallets that are out there, we can see there are 20 wallets, unfortunately, right?
Oh,
and
okay.
you can see that the zero wallet is the one that signed this one. You see that?
Okay.
That's the one, right?
Wait, that's the greeter.
Right, that's the signer of the greeter. That's the person who deployed this particular contract, as far as I'm concerned. You understand? Okay. So and since I took the first one, so this should be the same one as the sender, in my opinion. And it is, right? You see that because I use this waffle provider get wallets function that lists the 20 wallets that are there, and I take the first two ones and I put this in these two variables. So sender and signer of the original greeter is the same address. Now, but what I am doing here on line 28 is to create a new greeter using a function that is called waffle deploy contract. It's a test helper method, right? And I know that I get this sender and greeter, but then I want to send in the message, right? And that's where you came in, because I set up the stream. But the new greeter is also signed apparently by B92266, as you can see here, right? So this part of this, this part of this function worked, but what is not working is the greeting, setting the greeting "Hello Venus." That is not working at all.
Set greeting. Okay.
In node console. Let me just get this.
But it shouldn't be run with the actual function set greeting. You pass it in as an object inside of an array.
I know, but the thing is, yeah, it could be something like that. You see, when we deployed this originally, we just say greeter factory deploy and then hello world, right? And this guy, as far as I'm concerned, I don't know that yet, only takes one argument. Here I want to say deploy contract and actually pass in the sender. Do you understand, right? So it's a different. It's supposed to do a very similar thing, but it does it does it from a different perspective.
Okay.
Let's see if we can just get this.
I think you're a bit further down the rabbit hole for me to kind of because it's both the testing and the actual functionality that I'm kind of blank on. So it's a bit hard. But
promised result. Okay, so we get so we can apparently run this promised result. Well, no, that's I wonder how I can. I need to figure out how I run this in I've done this before. I just don't remember how it was done. I need to be able to get the results of the promise, resolved.
Yeah. How the fuck?
In REPL. I'm just googling off screen. Node REPL with async REPL. Oh no, but you can't do that. No. Oh, for fuck's sake! Come on. Anonymous async function. Writing immediately invoked. Yeah, that's what I want to do. Yeah, exactly. That was exactly what I did. Like you do async and then a callback, a function itself, and then what do I need to wrap this in this? Await log await greeter, right? Greeter greet, and then you just invoke this thing. And it doesn't return that.
A lot of parameters.
Because we do have the greeter and it's pending. And because we should await greeter greet. Because if I just do greeter greet, that returns a promise. Right. But why would he say promise result undefined? Why would that be undefined? And let's see if we just get a new greeter. If we just try that. And it's also undefined. So what if we just say set greet? Is it called set greet? Let me just check the contract. Set greeting, right? Set greeting, and then we just say hello, Lucas.
String memory greeting.
Oh, and I misspelled set greeting. Yeah, it's still fucking undefined. I don't understand this. Is it just because it's I'm doing a console log? Is that because it's a fact console log, right? No, I don't get it. I just don't get it.
Need debug.
And sure, done is called. What the fuck? Oh, wait. Anyway, so I need to probably do a little bit more of homework.
Some more digging.
Yes. Chat, if you know anything about this, please let me know. Right. But anyway, this test is failing for me, right? And so it doesn't set the greeting. Right. Expected nothing to equal hello Venus, right? So this didn't fly at all. Unfortunately, this didn't fly at all.
So maybe that's so it is undefined. So maybe.
No, but the greeter is not undefined, you know.
Okay.
Because if we just change this to greeter, and we still have Hello Venus here, it will say that expected hello world to equal hello Venus. Do you understand? So this is the right way to write this assertion. You know,
but okay.
way to
but here you have a greeter as with a small g, but in 28 you have it with a big G. Is that
because that's the name of the.
Okay.
So yeah, we're
like
importing this greeter here from this. So here we're using a factory.
Okay.
Which makes it possible to use this, right? But here I needed to import it from a compiled version of this one.
Okay.
Don't ask me why. But if I try to deploy the greeter factory, that will give me a different error.
Right.
You can't really do that.
Right. Okay.
Because it will say that it's there's something missing here. Yeah. The factory is not a constructor, right? So it's we can't.
What if you create new greeter before, and then put that variable in?
Yeah, but then I could do that probably. I could say greeter like let new greeter equals waffle deploy. I think I could just deploy that, and then we would say could I say just greeter? Can I pass in like hello whatever? No, I don't. Well, fuck, I'm a bit new greeter. Let's see. Let's run this one. Waffle deploy is not a function. So is it provider deploy then? You see, that's the problem here, right? I really don't know what the fuck I'm doing.
But shouldn't this be the same as you did above when you defined like greeter factory deploy?
Yeah, so I would just do greeter deploy and then hello, right? Or factory even. Let's try this one.
Greeter factory, yeah.
But it's probably greeter factory.
Probably. You have a wait also.
Greeter factory is okay. New greeter. Why would that be?
New greets.
Whoa. Oh, it's a wait. Sorry, it's an asynchronous. Right. So this one should work now. Right. It says hello and not hello Venus. That's why, right?
Yeah.
Right. So now this will go green, but that's exactly the same thing that we're doing before. And
right.
Let's say that I want to switch this around. I want this. So new greeter will probably have the sender as a default sender because it's the first wallet. That's the testing framework dealing with this and not me. Do you understand? So let's say if I can pass in I'm going to call this one sender 2, and let's see if I just pass this in sender 2 and try to deploy this. No. Is a transaction override, right? So let's say if we just pass in here and we say signer sender 2, if that's if it allows for options as second argument. No. Unknown transaction override signer. Right. Not sure at all what this is about.
But something seems like, so you expect the deploy contract to return a new greeter. It seems like.
Well, the contract name is greeter, right, with a capital G, and then I just store it. Yeah, and when I say whatever I store it in, and I say .greet, that should return the current greet that is stored in the blockchain. So basically what happens with this contract is that you deploy it to a network with like an original greeting saying hello world, for instance, and then somebody changes that to hello Thomas, and that is persistent. There's a trace of that on the blockchain, on the network, and whenever somebody queries what is this, right, so then they will see it says hello Thomas, right? So let's say that I make a statement and say that I love potatoes, and then somebody says, but Thomas, you like potatoes. No, I don't. I never said that. Well, here it is. Here's your statement. You said it, right?
Right.
So that's
they can track it back to you.
Yeah. So
I guess that's one of the things. Yeah.
Yeah. So one thing that I'm interested in is transparency in governance, right? So for instance, I am
exactly
I am against lobbyists. Do you understand? I don't think lobbyists are something that is good for the society and for democracy. Now, so I would argue that we need to just to deviate a little bit from this, but I just to have a discussion. Like I would argue that it would be good for us if people that are involved in lobbying or making, like, imposing their ideas or thoughts for money on our politicians should be registered as lobbyists. Like there is legislation like this in the United States. There is nothing like that in Sweden. I don't know about Denmark, but in Sweden we have a very, very common situation where people in politics, they quit working in politics because they either lose elections or they do not run again for re-election or something. And very often these people start to work in a public relations firm, right, as consultants, because over the years when involved in politics, they've built a network of people and connections and all of that stuff, right?
Right.
Now, you could argue that this network has been funded by the taxpayers, right? Because as a politician, they receive a salary for their hard work from the general public, right? Okay, so what happens after they quit being politicians and started to work professionally as PR consultants? They work toward their network of other decision makers and impose their ideas, contracted by some sort of business interests generally, right? And I would argue that these people need to be registered as lobbyists. And so that would be one part of legislation that I would like to see. And the other part is that I would like the calendars and the or I would like to see a ledger of whereabouts of all our politicians and who they meet and who what they do in their line of duty. For instance, calendars, they should be either open source, but even better, part of the chain, part of the blockchain, because it's immutable. Once you set up a meeting, you can no longer change that. Once you deploy a contract and once you do something, you can no longer modify that. Okay, so what would happen is that you can get into a situation where registered lobbyists, they want to meet up with a leader of a party, for instance, and that leader is not prohibited from meeting with them, but the general public should know about that one way or another, because then later on, when there are decisions being made in certain areas, you could backtrack that and say, okay, I buy into this. I think it's a good proposal, but let's just see who has this politician been in talks with and so on.
Yeah.
And if he had or she had a series of meetings with lobbyists for, I don't know, the construction industry or what have you. Do you understand? And now they are taking part in a decision involving construction legislation or what have you. That should be at least transparent. I'm not saying that they should excuse themselves from the process, but transparency is a good thing, right? And we could achieve that with blockchain. That's one thing that I think could be really, really interesting.
That's very interesting, actually. Yeah, 100%. I think a lot of just that whole politics world needs so much more transparency, and so you're very right. I think on this point, that could be interesting.
So once you have set up a greeting, then it's immutable. You can never change that. You can also backtrack that. Okay, now it says hello Lucas, but before that it said hello world or hello Thomas or what have you.
Right.
As far as I'm concerned, right? But then there is another thing with that I saw that I would be interested in, just more down to earth, and that is order tracking. Like you can order something from me, some set of goods, and we can take a look at the entire transaction. What does it involve? Well, of course, your decision on what product or what service you want to purchase, some sort of a negotiation process regarding pricing, whether it's fixed or if it's open for negotiation, or some sort of discount system if you purchase a lot of goods and so on. And then we have shipping, delivery, and all of that. So there's a flow of events that needs to happen, right? And so that is, in my opinion, a good candidate for blockchain as well, because let's say that you order something from me today, and we agree that, okay, you will get 100 pair of pants, for instance, right? So we have an agreement. And then tomorrow you pay me, for instance, escrow, or even just a direct transfer. We would like to track the payment. Let's say that the business rules are, I won't ship it until I get payment, right? So I can see that payment has been made. Then I issue a shipment. We perhaps negotiate the shipment costs and then delivery time and all of that stuff. Then we can issue that shipment, and then you receive the goods, and you issue an event saying that, okay, I received everything, and we can change the status of the order from in transit to received, and then perhaps approved, because you open up the crates and you look at all those pants that you purchased from me and so on, and then you just issue another part of this contract where you just change the status to received and approved or what have you, right? So that could be kind of interesting to be able to recreate or retrack the entire flow. That could be stored on the
blockchain.
On the blockchain, and of course, what I don't understand yet, because I'm really new at this, is can we encrypt some of the data, because there are some proprietary parts of the information, like the price, for instance, or the very fact that you order it might be a business secret, proprietary information that perhaps you don't want to share with the entire world. But you want to benefit from having it in the kind of open or retrievable from the blockchain, but you don't want everybody to read it, or know about this, right?
Right.
So can we make sure that part of the transactions is, or the entire transaction, that it's there, but it cannot be accessed by whomever? I have no clue about this, but it could be an interesting thing, right?
My guess is up, yes, because I feel like that's one of the things that crypto is all about. It's open for everybody, but it's still encrypted. Like it's
exactly
information you can't just get unless you have that specific code or key.
Yeah. But also another interesting part is a mix of this, right? Let's say that you want part of the transaction to be open for everyone, but you want part of it, like for instance the pricing or what have you, to be secret, so that's interesting. But before we do all of that, I need to figure out how to deploy things, right? And like what I was looking at is this example, right? That's what I would try to do, is to say deploy contract to the wallet, and then what is the contract itself, and then we had this wallet address. I don't know if I just see this, say greeting or what have you. I don't know really, right? And it says wallet here address. Right, the library is on my library. my library address link, or perhaps I need to link this library consumer. Who the fuck is the library consumer?
But you had something else in that one, the deploy contract.
Yeah, I just had a signer or something, you know. Let's just revert. Let's just remove this and get this back.
And a greeting.
Right, but you know, I was just playing around. I have no clue what I'm doing, right? So could we do something like greet? I mean, you know, if I just pass in hello world. I mean, if I pass this in not as an array, right?
Well, I'm not sure. Didn't it say like the address or something? Wait, now you're lacking out a bit.
Address. Yeah. Wallet address. And then another like 1,000, but this is about tokens, right? Let's try that. Now let's run this first. This will fail probably, right? Right, he didn't. Too many arguments, right? Okay, so I need this to be an array, right? Let's just run this again. Oh really? The fuck? Oh. Okay. So this should fail because it has. What the fuck did I just do? Right. Okay. Okay.
Okay. Cool. I guess.
Yeah. So okay. So this actually sets the.
Right.
Right. Okay. But let's just stop and have a look at what is new greeter. Okay. So this actually worked. Deploy contract. Send the greeter. Okay. So now new greeter. And do we have like a sender? Signer, right? Signer is the first wallet, which is this B9. Okay, so now I'm going to change that to sender 2, right? So it shouldn't be the B92266 if this works, right? So let's have a look. Sender 2. Let's release that one. Let's run it again. And new greeter signer is now a different greeter, right? So if I do sender 2 dot address, it's yeah, okay, so that worked. Okay. Right. So we could write an assertion saying expect await. Well, not even await, right? Because it's just new greeter signer, right? Address to equal
signer 2 address
to equal, and that should equal what? That should equal the sender 2 dot address, right? Right. Why is this?
Yep.
Why is this red? Oh, because it's, oh shit, I forget that this is JavaScript. Right. So let's see if this works now. Stop this. Right. Okay. So we managed to learn at least something, which I do not really know what the difference is from what I did before, but okay. Right. And so let's now say, if we do await new greeter, oh shit, new greeter, and then set greeting, and I say hello hello Venus. No, yeah, hello Venus, right, because we did hello world. And then we just say this. So this should be hello Venus now, right? First it is hello world, and so we assert it, and we say that it's the sender, and then we just say the new greeter said greeting hello Venus, and then it should equal hello Venus, right? I guess you're not with me, but that's okay. Yes, we're going right. Deploying a greeter with greeting hello world, and then, well, that's the first one. Oh, that's this one. Right. But here we're so deploying a greeter with greeting hello world with capital W, right? So that's this line of code, and then changing greeting from hello world to hello Venus. You see, this is the nice thing in blockchain, because it says what you change it from and what it changes to. Right, okay. But what I'm interested in now is I would like to see who is setting this greeting. Do you understand? Like I would like the first sender, because now we're using sender 2 on the original one, but I would like this guy, the one that we call sender. We can actually change that to sender 1. I would like him to be the one that does this on line 31. You know what I'm trying?
Okay.
Yeah. So the question is whether, if we take a look at the contract itself, right, set greeting, string memory, right. Changing greeting from, right, that's the console log. But how do I set the signer? Right. This is not relevant for us at the moment.
I'm not sure. Give me just 2 minutes. I'll be right back.
When you're back, we're gonna switch over to the other problem that we are, like, we can pull in the guys later.
Right.
Okay? Yeah.
All
so
right,
go and do your things and be back.
Yes.
Right. So what exactly set greeting change? So is this even right? So I'm just gonna check what right, solidity track signer, not try, but exam signing and verifying it from signatures. How to make the generalized meta transactions. So by example, what would that do? Voter, proposal, chairperson. Right, that's not really bind lined action, but it must have solidity. Well, that's a little too much for what I'm trying to figure out. Signer. Let's have a look. Signer. Populate transaction. Check transaction. Get address. If there is a from field, it must be equal to the signers. Right. Subclasses. What is populate transaction? The wallet class inherits signer and can sign transactions and messages using a private key as a standard wallet private key provider. Create a new wallet instance, equals wallet, create random. Yeah, but that's not signer. Check and populate. These are generally not required to be overridden by many. You copy the transaction request. The result should have a promise to resolve. Right. Well, I've spent an hour on this, and I think that's enough. Not sure if chat is interested in this, but who knows? So we're just gonna say, join me here for some code review. Channel. How do I do channel? Like this, right? Channel. Right. Okay, we'll see if they join, and then we can leave this thing with contracts. But I am interested in China, right? And try testing support plat node. Yes, suit. Right. Yeah, but we're using different things, I guess. Source contract test. Contract signatures. Hashes, right. Yeah, I really need to read more practical implementation of this. And we'll see if we can get this up and running somehow. But anyway, let's change the character of the stream and try to do a little support for the guys. Welcome, gentlemen.
Hello.
Hello. So let's hear it. You guys had... I was working on some Ethereum stuff with Lucas, not without getting any smarter actually, but well, we did manage to do one thing, right, Lucas?
That's always good.
That's always good.
Pretty complicated.
Yeah. But let's kill that for now. Let's not dwell on this. Again, a little progress is better than no progress, but good progress is even better. I can't say that we made progress. Let's kill this.
It's a big topic. I feel like it's a slow start, and maybe at some point it'll take off. So.
Yeah.
Is it the app you creating now?
Once again.
What?
Was it the app you're creating now, Lucas? The one you told me yesterday. The app, the shopping list.
No.
Okay. No. We're trying to make, or he's trying to test smart contracts on the blockchain, which is kind of
that one.
Yeah, that one.
Exactly.
Right. Remember to join us on Twitch, people. Let's hear it. You guys had some issues with something, right? Do we have somebody that needs some
I think wasn't it Seva specifically who said something?
Yeah, but the changing pages.
Right.
Pagination.
Pagination. Right.
Pagination.
Is there any code I can look at?
Not from us, I think.
No. There was other guys
we were hoping the ones that actually asked were in here to ask.
Wait, I think I found one. I can link you one, Thomas. I think I found one.
Yeah, because I think it was the other two teams that was actually dealing with this and had some issues with it.
So why are these guys here and not the others?
Well,
we just missed you guys.
Okay. Oh, you just missed us.
That's great.
Well, that's nice. Let's have a look at some code.
Can you go through some advanced Cypress techniques, Thomas?
I can go through very advanced Cypress techniques.
Did you see my question about testing iframes? How that works?
Oh yes, testing iframes is tough. It's not impossible though. We can deal with that a little bit actually. Let's have a look at this first.
Cool.
Right. Are there any feature branches? Employee list. And that is from Seva. We probably need to get Seva in here actually.
We're gonna swamp them.
Let's have a look at the source, character cards, character list, characters. Right. Employee list, employee model. Right. Okay, let's fork this, and let's have a look what it is supposed to do. No.
Guess we're running into lunchtime. Maybe they're out eating, the other guys.
Yeah, well, I'm gonna run this for 10-15 minutes tops, and then we're off we go. Right, so CD into employee management, running yarn, and setting up code. Let's see if we can do that. So how you doing? Right.
How you doing?
What was it? Oscar Wilde said, unimaginative people talk about the weather. So, how's the weather?
How is the weather? Actually, pretty blue sky here. Let's see.
Same here.
Right, so we can do
Right.
cycles. And thank you. Let's see what we've got here. There we go. Display employee list, display employee model. But where are the tests for this? Right, no tests for the swappy things. Let's have a look what this does. Oh, this goes green. Okay. Right, are these, are any, yeah, yes. Okay.
I mean, we can make a pagination here, I guess, and just.
Yeah.
Or did they want it to do on the Star Wars?
I don't know. They are not here.
Whichever, I guess. It's the same concept. So.
Yeah.
Kim?
Yeah, we had and we had the same like thing. I can just send it here. It's pretty much the same. From the test I removed just the button because we didn't get it to go green like in that way.
Right. Let's. Okay, just burning daylight here, but okay. What is this one called? Employee management 1. Okay, so CD this git clone employee management. No, that wasn't the one.
But I saw on the demo Emma had before, and it was a little bit like that. I was thinking. But.
Right. I don't really understand. Let's see if we can run yarn on this one and see if we can get some some stuff done here. Righty. Huh?
I don't know if I merged it yet. It's from the master. Everything on the extra challenge.
Which do you want me to check out the extra challenge, or what do you want me to
do? Everything is on the extra challenge branch.
Okay.
Yeah. Because I didn't get it to suddenly want to merge.
Right. So how neat it is when everybody follows the same commands and the script looks the same, then I can just. Right. Okay, so you want to? Well, I'm gonna run all of them first and see what's up, and then you probably want me to run the user can see page 2 feature, right?
Yeah, and display 12. It's like those two won't pass.
Okay. Right. Okay. So let's just run. So user can select how many to see, and user can see page 2. These are the failing ones, right?
Yeah. Because they, yeah.
Okay. So let's start with this one then. Right. Okay. Get data employee items. Right. Right. Let's see. So let's just.
I added a button before, but I removed it from the test because I haven't added it again since I removed it.
And the reason you removed it was?
Just because we read the documentation and it said like we just should change the URL. I think we didn't have to implement it then. Just to make the test pass for that stuff.
Right.
Just for.
Right. And so everything is happening where on the employee list,
the
right?
Employee list, yeah.
Right. Oh. Get page, get component, get employees. Right.
I was writing a little bit of comment there, like what I was thinking.
Right. And the button, you had a button somewhere here or what?
No, that was like how we were to implement that one, or it was. I didn't have.
If you want, there's the pagination component from Symantec.
Yeah, but I don't need that for now. So let's just do the low hanging fruit here, okay? So this one is about the test that we're running. Just so I understand again, it's the how many to see, right?
Yeah.
Okay, so users, right? So just to see, let's just check the documentation for just a quick second here. The recres is per page. That's what we want to send in. Okay, and so how many do you want them to see?
12.
Right. So we just
in
say,
total.
Sorry, per page equals 12. Right. So that's the solution to your problem for now.
Yeah. I have typed that into the test file. Just for.
So would you like? So I again, would you like them to change their mind? Perhaps they want to see 4, or I mean, what is the feature here?
I want like to press a button like I want like a drop down menu in a way actually, so I can select how many I want to see on each on the page.
Okay. All right. So
an input field maybe.
Yeah, he mentioned the selector, right? So how many you can select how many to see, right? So should have length 12, and then we just say user, and then we can just say it user can is expected to show the number of items user selects, right? So if you say let's say CI get and we will say, for instance, data Thomas, CY equals item count selector. We're going to call it item count selector, and then we want to say, I think you can do select 4, right? And then we just want to say that if you do this, then it should be 4 here, right? That's what we want. We want to select something, we want to see four users and then the employee item.
Yeah. Exactly, yeah.
Right. Okay. So I would probably rewrite this to say children should have length 4, right? That's enough. We don't have to. So I assume that you're setting data CY on multiple items.
Yeah.
That's really not how you want to play this, but it's okay. This is like the employee list is an unnumbered list or something, right? And then you probably have children to that. So this should probably do that. Now, if we start to run this one, it says here that the item count selector doesn't exist, right? So we're just gonna create one, and so we go to the employee list, right? Is it okay if I remove this code?
Yeah, yes.
Right. Okay. Right. So we're just gonna add on this return two fragments, and then I'm gonna say just a select, and then I'm just gonna say I'm gonna use the semantic UI in just a second, but for now let's just do the low hanging fruit here. So we're gonna say data CY equals, and that was this, right? And then we want to say option a value, let's say 1, and then we just change this to right, and we say 2, 3, 4, and then 2, 3, 4, right? And so let's see what our test is saying. Right, it selects 4, right? You see that it shows 4 here.
Yeah.
Yeah, so we managed to select that, right? And so we will say here on change, we're just going to add a property here, and then we say on, is it on change or on select? I don't know, on select. On select, right, equals, and then we just invoke a function and we say change, I don't know, or this is a class component? Yeah, so we're going to say this change item count like this, and then we just create that function here, and that would be a function, and then we set a debugger, right? And then we probably need to pass in an event. Yeah, let's do that. Event. Let's just pass in the event here. I don't know, there are probably multiple ways to do this. I'm just improvising a little bit here. So let's just open up the DevTools, make this a little bigger. Come on, there we go, and let's rerun this baby. No, we didn't, that didn't. So let's just use on change instead. On change. That didn't kick in.
Wait, it's a spelling mistake.
Really?
On change.
Right, let's run this again then. There we go. Right, so event target, and then options. No. Yes, and selected index. Right, so we just say selected. No. Oh, sorry. Let's say selected index, can we say dot something, dot value? Can we say that? No? Select
These are always tricky.
History. Right, so that's not what we want. So options are all those 4 options. What if we just do this? Oh shit, this feels a bit hacky, but I guess it will work. Right, and so we just say value. Right, so we can get this. Right, so we get the 4, and then what was it you said? You said something like number. Lucas, you remember you said number and then pass this in, right? Is that how you do it? Yeah.
Yeah.
Right. So we're just gonna do this, and so here we say let, or const actually, const number, or number equals this, and then we just create this users per, or items per page equal is, let's say, 10 to start with, or 12, right? Yeah, so we can now just say here this set state. So we're going to store this number in state, right? So we just want to change that from 12 to, in this case, 4 number. And the only thing we need to do here is to string interpolate in this case, because that's what you are doing. Instead of hard coding this to 12 here, we just interpolate this, and you say this state. Oh, fuck you. Meme, come on, you fucker. This state items per page. Right. So this should work now. Or I don't know. Let's see. Did not work. Whoop. Stop. Stop. Right. But state did change, didn't it? Found 12, expected 4. Well, hold on a second. So items per page, get employee. Oh, I need to just.
It's not called it.
No. This get employees. But this will be. Yeah, let's see if this actually will. No, this is not. If right, because it keeps re-rendering this. If okay, so I need to condition this. If this employees length equals 0. That's what I think. Fuck. It feels weird to do it like this. Let's see. Length of undefined. This state, for fuck's sake. Come on. No. But why aren't you? Why is this? Let's see. Let's debug this. Right. So here we are. So number is 4. This is items per page, and items per page is, so this state, right, is 12 now, and I just step forward. Number is 4, right? So then this. Oh, it's still 12. Why would that be still 12? Really? But I did set it. See, I shouldn't have to call this get employees anymore. Why? Is my really? What am I missing here? This state, yeah, this is false, right? Because we already have stuff here, and this is true, right? So this one shouldn't kick in. So let's just, okay. So
But doesn't it change if you have employees per page 12, like constant?
We have
Isn't
items
it like
per page.
Oh, items, sorry.
Okay, so let's debug here and let's debug here. We need to eat lunch. Right, let's see.
How's the change item function called?
What? What do you mean?
Like how it's, did you put it as a callback or as a...
Yeah.
All right.
Yeah. I think, yeah.
Yeah, okay.
So that should be, so we are here now, right? This is the first render. We haven't rendered anything yet, right? So if I release this, then we go to the get employee list, right? And the items per page is 12 now, right? Okay, so I release this again, and now I am in here because I changed this to 4, and so the number is 4, or is it? No, it's still this. Okay, I know. I think I know what the problem is. But right. So I think that I need to do a callback here, and then get employees again. But I don't think I need to do all of this, to be honest. First, second, the. Wow. We still have a. Oh! No, that's not it. No. Okay, so this is the first one. This is the first one we do get employees. And this is the second one we do employees, but now my state is not. No, now items per page is updated. Okay. Hey, now we fixed it. Okay. So let's just run this again, because so see this set state is also a promise, so it resolves after once we so we can pass in the second argument to our set state function. I think I showed you this, Lucas, at some point, didn't I?
Yeah, we were testing for it at some point. We got a bit confused. I feel like you could potentially also have made a component did updates and then put the get employees in there, and then just when something updates, it calls get employees, and then you have as a variable, you have the items per page. But you can do it in different ways, I guess.
No, but it's not a bad thing. So we just do. So you mean we basically move this one out here, and then we leave this out? Is that what you're saying?
I think so.
Let's see.
And then we just need to So now this is probably also going to be a loop.
Yeah. This is probably simpler. Which means that I potentially could remove that conditional here, right?
Yeah, remove it there, but then move it to the. Or I would.
No, we don't need the
component.
conditional art. Because the component did mount only renders when.
If you look in the network, isn't it going crazy right now? Or maybe not.
Oh, it is. Yes, it is. Yeah. Just because you don't see it. Yeah.
So what I fixed, apparently a component update takes 2 arguments, like previous props and previous state. So you can ask it, is the previous state equal to the new state? And if it is the same, then don't update, kind of. So I guess we should say, if it's not the same, then update.
Yeah, because this one is also making shitloads of requests. Shit, these guys will hate us. Hold on a second.
Well, we need to put both of them in, I think.
Oh, fuck. Right. No, well, let's just kill this. Right. God. Okay. Good. Right. So we are. Yeah. Shit. So what is it? New state and like new state and old state? Is that what it takes?
Old props and then old state. So apparently you need the old props first.
Right,
let's get confused.
Let's see.
Like something like
old state. And okay. Is there a new state object also, or?
That would be this dot state. I think because this the state updates, and then we ask, was it the same as the one before? Or I guess we should ask if it was not the same. You know, these conditions.
Right. So we basically say if old state is different than this state, right? If something has changed, then we do this, right?
That looks. I think that. Sure.
In a second. Yeah, let's just reload this.
Right.
And network. Oh, network is still going crazy on me. Damn it. What? This is simple logic. What the fuck? This is simple fucking logic.
Maybe you have to specify the object inside a state. So you do previous state dot items per page.
Oh god, I'm going nuts here. Yeah.
Wait, I think I can write it here. If you wanna.
Could you stop it? Could you please stop it? God damn it. No. Come on, stop that. For fuck's sake. So, fuck off. Can't make requests like crazy. Why am I failing on? Come on, look. So we want this to be dynamic, right? So the only problem that we are facing at this point is we're so close to fixing this. The problem is that we keep on hitting this over and over again.
Right. What if we do like this one? Item. Wait, there's a spelling mistake.
so if this items per page is different than this items per page, right? That's pretty much what we need to do. Are you guys with us still, or?
Yeah.
I might have a stupid question, but can you guys actually see what Thomas is doing? Because I
Yeah,
either have a super small window, or when I make it
You're on
large,
Twitch.
then it's all blurry.
Yeah,
I'm on the Twitch.
All
Yeah.
I was just checking if
Just muted is like a couple of seconds behind.
Yeah.
So this is because of the setup.
All right,
and-
cool.
and the
I
time.
just wanted to make, just double check
You guys
if.
can send Emma a link to the Twitch stream. You will see that.
What I'm kind of happy is it wasn't an easy solution. That even the pros would.
It is an easy solution. We just fixed that. So it's a super easy solution.
We
This is
also
it.
in the Twitch.
Pain-free.
Right. We're good.
There we
Okay.
go.
There we go. That's so. But basically, so what we stumbled upon is so we just try to dissect this a little bit, so we don't think that this was actually hard, because it wasn't hard. It's just that I fucked up in terms of life cycle events, and the reason for this is because I'm not really used to writing class components. Having said that, I would probably have stumbled upon issues with get effect or use effect hook as well, but I've used component did update and component did mount before, but I haven't written class components for a long time. But what happens here is that the key to success is to create this selector, right, and set the different values, and then invoke some sort of a method, like have an event listener on this, and whenever we change, in this case on change, we invoke this method change item count. Are you with me on that?
Yep.
Yeah, and in this change item count, we just grab this number, which could be probably done in a simpler way. Line 30 is in focus here. And then we update the state of in terms of how many items we want to see. And that's when we got into trouble, because every time state is updated, the component is being re-rendered. Every time we update state, the component is being re-rendered, and that was the issue here, where I got into a lot of trouble because of my inability to remember how we use component did mount. But Lucas came to the rescue and told me about the component did update and the fact that this lifecycle event tracks the old state. Since we just changed state, right? Now we have access to old state and the new state object, and then that's why I could issue or have this conditional here. If this old state items per page is different than new state items per page, then we render this get employees. Okay, and if we don't, if it doesn't, then we don't do anything. Is that kind of clear?
Yeah.
Right, which means that here, if I change this to 3, then it's being changed, right? Like this, and I can,
right.
Yeah, and we're pretty okay with that. The only thing that we would probably have to deal with at some point is to set the selected value to the value that we have actually selected already, I guess, but let's not deal with that now, because this could lead to some weird results. But like if we remove this, right, we can change, it's persistent. Now it says 4 here. it doesn't change to 1. I was worried that it would change to 1 because when I ran the tests, oh, it's okay. It's still like on 4 anyway. Does that satisfy your user story, Kim?
Yeah, for that one, I suppose.
For that one, yes. Don't be greedy now.
No.
Okay, don't be greedy.
Good.
Can we just?
That is good. It's good to get some flesh.
Right.
Well, if you had that one on pagination, I can run through it after lunch, maybe.
Absolutely.
Or we can.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Let's
If
just
you want.
let's
Yeah,
just
that's
do a commit. AM adds adds choose item count feature. Choose item count feature, whatever. That's okay. So git push origin extra challenge, and I will create a pull request to your thingy. Let's see. Right. So I'm just gonna call the sweep like this. So now you will have a pull request from me on your repository, Kim. Okay.
Okay. Great.
That's what I could do, folks. And that's as much as I can muster today. You know, not much of progress, but I started out testing some smart contracts, and now I am. We ended with a little bit of code refactoring. So I hope you enjoyed that. Take it easy, guys. Have a great lunch, and enjoy the next streamer that comes up. That's Anya. She's a great person. Yes. All right.
Thanks, Thomas.
See ya. Cheers.
Bye.
See you later, guys.
See you. And off we go.